Oh hi. Surabaya, the second largest city of Indonesia, the administrative center of the province East Java. One of the main ports of the country, important economic and infrastructure center. It is located on the northern coast of East Java in the mouth of the Mas River, a sleeve of larger Brantas River, on the bank of the passage Madura. It agrees one of legends. The name of the city goes back to Jayabay, to the legendary King Kadiri of the 12th century, who possesses prediction that in this place there will be a grandiose battle between a huge white shark and a huge white crocodile. Some historians interpret it as prediction of the Mongolian invasion to Java and battle between troops of Jubilee Hana and Mazhapakita army under Raden Vaide's command, which happened on May 31, 1293, is considered this date of foundation of the city. A statue of a shark and crocodile, become a city symbol, is located near an entrance to a city zoo. There are alternative hypotheses of etymology of the name of the city. So, there is a point of view that it comes from the Javanese Yav Surabaya, that means safely facing danger, or from use of the word Surya for designation of the sun. Other version tells about two applicants for a royal throne who were called by Sura and Baya. These national etymologies don't give in to check. As of the end of 2008, about 3 million people live in Surabaya. About 80% of citizens, Javanese, approximately on 7% make Madrits and Chinese, also representatives of many other nationalities of Indonesia live. Practically all population is fluent in Indonesian, however in life the local dialect of Javanese is widely used. One of the most noticeable phonetic features of the Surabaya dialect is replacement in many cases of a sound, and Javanese, characteristic of the western and central dialects, a sound abap. So, the name of the hometown is said by vast majority of its inhabitants as Surabaya. More than 90% of Surabayats Muslims. There is a quantity of Christians, both Catholics and Protestants, Buddhists. Generally among the Chinese community. Hindus. In Surabaya there is the only synagogue in Indonesia. At the same time, the number of Jews is some people know. Official date of foundation of the city: it is considered on May 31, 1293, a victory day of troops of the local governor Raden Vijay, the founder of the state Mazhapakit, over the groups of the Mongolian emperor, the Great Khan of Hubalaya, which landed shortly before it in Java. In chronicles by Mazhapakit, the intruded aggressors assimilated to the shark Sura on the East Javanese dialect, attacking from the sea, whereas the defending Javanese were compared to a crocodile, respectively, Baya. As a result, the name Surabaya was assigned to the port settlement, which was located near the battlefield, and the image of both animals preparing for a fight decorated a municipal coat of arms subsequently. In the 13th, 14th centuries, Surabaya was the main port Mazhapakita, at the same time, one of the main centers of penetration to Java of Islam and foreign cultural influence. After split, Mazhapakita in the middle of the 14th century existed as an independent sultanate. In 1530, Demak was captured by the next sultanate. Restored sovereignty at the end of the 14th century. In 1625 it is subdued by the state of Mataram. In the 17th-18th centuries in Surabaya, influence of the Netherlands East Indian Company, which was gradually subordinating the most part of the Malay archipelago during this period, extended. On November 11, 1743 the company officially issued transition of the city under the control, having concluded the relevant agreement with the governor Mataram Hamengkubuwono II. At the Dutch colonial administration, the value of Surabaya as port, the economic and administrative center, constantly increased. At the beginning of the 20th century, within the city, the large naval base was created. In 1917, among soldiers of city garrison and sailors of the ships attributed to port, there was an armed revolt under leadership of the Social Democratic Union, which is cruelly suppressed by the colonial authorities. In 1942, Surabaya, as well as all territory of the Netherlands East Indies, was occupied by armed forces of Japan. Since the end of 1944, in process of weakening of control from the Japanese occupational administration, demoralized by military victories of allies in the city, activity of the National Liberation Movement was stirred up. By the time of disembarkation on October 25, 1945 in Surabaya of the British troops, she was almost completely controlled by local rebels whose main forces recognized the power of the government of the newly proclaimed Republic of Indonesia. The refusal of the Indonesian military formations to lay down arms led to their conflict with the British, forwarding case that developed into full-scale fighting. 10-day storm of Surabaya by troops of the British Commonwealth, as a result of which the considerable part of the city was destroyed, became their culmination and died, by different estimates, up to 20,000 its inhabitants. Anniversary of the beginning of storm is celebrated on November 10, 1945 in Indonesia as one of the main public holidays, Day of Heroes. Trying to restore colonial administration in Indonesia, Dutches for some time seized Surabaya. However, under the agreement of 1949, she, as well as the most part of the former Netherlands East Indies, was a part of independent Indonesia. Economy. Surabaya, the industrial and business center of Indonesia, the second most important after Jakarta. Here large enterprises of mechanical, textile, oil processing and chemical industry are located. Services sector, the banking sector is developed. In 1989-2007 the Surabaya Stock Exchange worked in the city. Population 2008 3,282,156. 2018 2,885,555. The naval infrastructure created by the Dutch colonialists actively was used and developed Indonesians after declaration of independence of the country. Local military boardroom became in the late 50s, the beginning of the 1960th years, the main strong point by preparation for a solution by force of a dispute of the Republic of Indonesia with the Netherlands for Western Aryan. In Surabaya in particular, the ships, submarines and the military equipment which was gratuitously delivered during this period to Indonesia by the Soviet Union were grouped, and also the most part of the Soviet military advisors and experts headed by the Vice Admiral G.K. Chernobyl was placed. Now in Surabaya there is a headquarters and the largest base of East Fleet of the Republic of Indonesia, and also Naval Academy, the main educational institution of naval forces of the country. Transport and infrastructure.
The Surabaya's seaport Tanjung Perak, the second in volume of goods turnover the port of Indonesia,
after the Jakarta Tanjung Priok. In 20 km to the south from the city there is an international airport. In Surabaya several railway stations, the developed system of highways. The Bus Bungrasik terminal, the largest in Southeast Asia.
Important element of infrastructure is Suramadu Bridge connecting Surabaya to the island Madura, the longest bridge of Indonesia.
Extent of 5438 m.
Education, culture, sport.
In the city there are 4 state and more than 20 private higher education institutions. The largest, the State University Erlangga. Several museums, theatre. In 2010 official opening of new city stadium Bung Tomo, the second largest in Indonesia, is expected.
The local soccer team Persebaya, one of the strongest in the country, repeatedly won the national championship.
Surabayats have reputation of extremely emotional and sometimes dangerous football fans. Sites. Monument to Heroes.
Mosque Sampul and Chenghu.
Zoo. Museum Menu Tanchular. Ancient Port Kalimas. Night Kai Kai Market. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.